New York Fintech Week.
Yes.
It's coming up. You're
Yes.
hitting the big stage.
Yes.
It's the biggest event we'll have to date. What are you most excited about?
At this point, I feel like I've lived in the guts of a lot of the things that people are wondering about and thinking about. And I'm excited to have a platform where I can share and actually kind of navigate and create those dialogues, you know? Like,
You've done it today.
yeah. Yeah.
Someone needs
that's true.
Now, we're started. We're
That's
starting.
true. We're doing it.
I know. It's like this is going to be a promotion for New York Fintech Week.
Oh my God. What?
Whoa. Welcome, everyone, to Humans of FinTech, the show where we get very real about the people building the future of finance. I'm your host, Nicole Casperson, and today we are live in Las Vegas at Fintech Meetup, and I am sitting down with Shanthi Shanmugam, founder and CEO of Casap. Over the last year, Shanthi has been making big moves, leading in agentic AI to transform how fraud and disputes are handled and how trust is built at scale. After leading customer support infrastructure at Robinhood, Shanthi saw firsthand what happens when that trust breaks and decided to rebuild it herself. At a moment when first-party fraud is a $100 billion problem, she's positioned Casap as a category-defining platform in AI-powered dispute management. Shanthi, welcome to Humans of FinTech.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so happy for you to be here. So, the past year has been nuts for you.
To say the least.
You have raised 25 million Series A. You've traveled to, how many conferences are you going just this first half of this year?
40.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot.
40. You've been honored already.
Yeah.
It was Inc., right? 500 top female founders already. So what has it actually felt like behind the scenes the past year?
It's felt surreal, intoxicating almost. I just get so excited to create something from nothing and just to see how much impact can we have on such a big scale. And honestly, I think a lot of these accolades, it's great. It's such a testament to how hard the team's working. But I'm already thinking about, well, what can we do next? And what can we do next? So I think it's just been so fun because I think my job and role at the company changes every like 3 months.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, like this time last year, I was kind of like a nobody coming to conferences. Our company was a full size of 10.
I remember those days.
Now we're like 50 people. And I was on my way to recording this and someone fist bumped me and I was like, nice to see you. And I was like, I don't remember who you are.
Isn't that
Let's
so
talk
exciting?
again. Yeah.
When people just know who you are and you're
I know. It's great. It's great. But yeah, no, it's felt awesome. I'm just always thinking about what can we do next.
I think that's so like founder CEO mindset. I'm in the same boat. I'm like, this is so exciting. We're here, but we're already here, which means it's basically over, which means we should be on to the next thing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Because it's like we need to dream it so then we can manifest it, you know?
Well, and then visualize it and then start speaking it to existence so that it actually happens. I have been saying for years, Shanthi, how much I want to work more closely with the powerhouse female founders in the fintech space and want them on stages and want them on the podcast and all of that. And we've been doing that, but now we're doing it even bigger. And we'll talk more about what's happening in New York Fintech Week in a second. But I want to get a little bit into why you founded Casap to begin with. So I'll fast forward to Robinhood. Tell us about the experience that you had there. What was broken? I know I've documented the GameStop moment quite a bit in my reporting, but maybe we'll start there.
Yeah. So I was the second product hire at Robinhood, and we grew very quickly, as you know. And I will say my first aha moment in my 6 years at Robinhood was realizing that every financial institution on this planet is trying to do the same thing, which is to be that primary financial relationship. And when everyone is trying to do the same thing, the way you differentiate is through trust. So now going to the GameStop moment, we lost trust. We lost trust like that.
It was overnight.
And when I was tasked with figuring out, well, how do we build back this trust? The only thing my mind kept going back to was how do we show up for people in these moments that matter? And when you think about a relationship with your bank, there are a few moments that are going to make or break your trust with them. And that was a GameStop moment. That's in moments like disputes. moments like fraud. When something happens that you didn't want to happen or something you wanted to happen didn't happen, how does your bank show up for you? Because that's what's going to help you trust them for life. So at GameStop, at Robinhood, when GameStop happened, I had launched 24/7 phone and chat support in the span of a couple of months. And we spent 3 years scaling that to really show up in these moments that matter. And I was very proud of the work that my team did.
Mm-hmm.
But then when ChatGPT came out, November 2022,
Yeah.
I looked at that and I thought we could do so much more. And that was the inspiration for Casap.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was it about ChatGPT that made you think we could be doing so much more? It was just the ability of what AI could do. Did you even think about AI agents?
Oh,
then?
absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
Because so a corollary to, okay, every financial institution is trying to do the same thing,
Yes.
which is building that primary financial relationship. You also think about they're all facing the same hurdles.
Yeah.
Like, what makes it so hard for me to give you money the moment you tell me as your bank that you need it? Well, for every one person in a sticky situation, there might be 4 people pretending to be, right? There's fraud. And there's always this constant tension in building in fintech. I saw it at Robinhood. My co-founder saw it building at Chime. There's this tension between, can I provide someone a great customer experience, but can I also control my fraud losses?
Mm-hmm.
And it's so hard to do that at scale and do that in that moment of that first conversation. So now when you think about ChatGPT, in November 2022, it wasn't what it was today.
No.
But you can see the early innings of, okay, maybe it could interact with me like a human or mimic that empathy and mimic that decisioning.
Yes.
But it's just a stone's throw away to truly being a thought partner for both the customer and that internal team when trying to figure out how do we instantly resolve this issue for an honest person, right?
You said something so important there, and that you said the words thought partner with AI.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever heard anyone say that an AI agent should be your thought partner, and that is you put it into 2 words. Whoa. Okay, thank you, because I've needed a word for that. I feel like people, because there's just like this, conversations in our industry tend to go like far one way or far another. You either like have AI agents do everything, or they can't do anything at all. And I'm like, or what if they are your right hand, right?
Yeah.
Exactly, the thought partner.
Yeah, I really think about like the way our company uses AI. I feel like our company of 50 is doing the work of 200 people because now they're elevated to truly having so many resources, and those resources happen to be AI agents really good at certain things.
Yeah.
Right? But when you think about what does success look like, what does a great outcome look like, that taste AI still doesn't have. It can look like it has it. It can mimic it.
Yeah.
Get really close.
You can feed it the right things so it has a little taste.
Yeah. But you still need that human touch. So when I think about what we're doing at Casap, I mean, Casap literally stands for Get Your Case Done ASAP. Like the whole point is, can we build AI agents that are thought partners to help get the right things done for the right people quickly? That's it.
I mean, I love the simplicity behind it because I think we can make things very complex in our space.
We like that. We like
love
complexity.
But I do think we're entering a space where the industry is mature enough for simplicity.
Yeah.
It's like you have to almost get
You need to see everything before you can simplify it. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I love that because you're essentially at a place where these financial institutions and banks, they can partner with you to be able to, it's what I love about founders that are tackling the fraud problem, because it's the fundamental root cause of all of the distrust, right? So if you can solve that piece, then the rest of it is unlocked, right? Even more than like, as much as I love a great UX, right? But at the end of the day, if my bank isn't
resolved, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter
How pretty it looks.
I'll use whatever. Okay. I love it. Tell us, maybe we can go a little bit deeper into the disputes world. Why are they such a churn driver right now specifically?
Yeah. So if we think about a dispute, simply put, it's a situation where either something's happened that you didn't want to happen. You see a transaction for a TV at Best Buy that wasn't you, and you're freaking out. You're like, that's not me. I need to make rent at the end of the month. Help me out.
Right.
That's a fraud dispute or an unauthorized dispute. There's another type of dispute, and this actually happened last month, and I think you'd love this, Nicole. It's such a funny story. Someone had bought a couch off of a TikTok shop for $2,000, which I did not know you could even do.
Didn't know you could even do that either.
And it showed up and it fit a Barbie doll. It was literally this big. So that's also a situation a dispute is meant for. So it's either an unauthorized dispute or a merchant issue dispute, like the $2,000 TikTok shop that fits a Barbie. Yeah. Yeah.
Who's responsible? Like who's responsible in that equation?
So when we think, so for the TikTok shop, it is truly that shop that pretty much falsely advertised what it was doing. But when you think about how it shows up, more often than not, so there's two things that are happening here. One, customers' expectations for the service they get from their banks are going up, up, and up. Everyone expects that kind of Amex experience, right? So now if that were to happen to an average customer, they're going to go talk to their credit card company or their financial institution saying, hey, I'm disputing this transaction. Either it didn't happen or I did it, but they did not hold up their end of the bargain. They are not going to the merchants as often because now it's much more convenient to go to a one throat to choke, as they call it, but one universal refund center, which is their bank. But the other thing that's happening is now I have a whole folder of TikTok videos, Reddit threads, YouTube videos where people are teaching each other how to take advantage of this disputes process to get free money.
Ooh, not
and
great.
They're not feeling that bad about it.
Yeah.
So
that's another
now that's first party fraud, right? So you have customers' expectations for immediate resolution sky high, but you also have it getting harder and harder to tell the difference between a Shanthi who did buy that TV and pretended she didn't for a quick buck versus a Nicole who didn't buy that TV and really needs her money to pay, I don't know, the next bill.
Right.
So that is the struggle with disputes. And when you think about it, it's one of those moments that matter. Because if you're waiting 90 days to get your issue resolved, you're missing rent. You're freaking out.
Yeah.
And you're moving your money elsewhere.
That's essentially what you are able, though, to differentiate.
The way we think about it is, again, that tension between a great customer experience, but also not wanting to lose money to fraud. It's like we want to have our customers' backs, but we don't want to lose the shirts on our back to fraud.
Right.
So
it's a tough balance.
That's where agentic AI comes into play, where our AI agents can be literally on that phone call and literally figure out, are you a truth-telling person that's in a sticky situation, or are you one of the less honest ones because your story isn't matching up? And based on that, we can instantly resolve a dispute for an honest person.
Okay. Nice. Why hasn't anyone thought of this yet, Shanthi?
You know, I ask myself that
every day.
Often. No, I think going back to what we were talking about, with things can be simpler than we make it. Anyone that's tried to tackle disputes or even back office fraud, they think about automating existing complicated workflows. But when you come back to, okay, the moment someone's talking to you, what questions would the best investigator on this planet ask to figure out if you're telling the truth or not? And how can we actually get all of that figured out up front? That is the difference between that instant resolution or needing to automate a bunch of things for like God knows how long. And I truly believe agentic AI changes our ability to do that. So maybe someone might have thought of this before, but the technology wasn't there.
Right.
And now it is.
Yeah. And then you just had that. You entered into that sweet spot, right? You had your time at Robinhood. You saw that. You've built that out. You saw the exact gap that needed to be filled. It's the precision in which you have landed on this that I'm very just like in awe of.
Thank you.
Which I also resonate with because I guess I have a little precision in what I did with them on the media side as well. To the other point of trust, you mentioned, we talked a lot about how like everyone says trust all the time, right? And it's becoming almost like this new buzzword this year. I say it all the time because it's not going to be a buzzword to me. It's so necessary. And financial services continues to be on the lower end of any survey that you take that's like consumers and people just generally have a hard time trusting their financial services. Why aren't systems built for that?
Yeah.
To begin with, what is like the timeline for how we get there?
Yeah.
I guess faster now that you've arrived.
Yes, I have arrived.
You have. She's arrived.
I think let's start with our financial systems and the backbones that they're built off of. So when you think about these really archaic systems that are so complicated, figuring out how to make sure our money moves in the right way, you have all of your different pieces of data about who I am as a person, data about my transactions, data about the merchants that I work with. All of that lives on all of these different systems. And because of that, it's really hard to get this one snapshot of who is Shanthi? Is she a trustworthy person? What's our relationship with her? Does this thing that she's saying she didn't do, does this actually not match her patterns, or doesn't match her patterns? And it's just like very natural questions we'd want to ask have been so hard to answer in the average financial institution, but even the fintechs, right? Even the ones that are more modern. So cool. I would say a lot of the work over the last decade has been vendors that are unifying this and automating certain workflows. But now with agentic AI, you can actually train your AI to think like that person that is investigating and really figuring out, does this match up with your history with us or not? And I will tell you, my mental model of what's possible now and how we get to trust is when we're designing an AI agent, we think, what would the expert investigator do in this situation if they had all the time on this planet and all the data to solve that one problem, that one case? And now you could do that in a second. So now we can establish trust in a moment where it was almost impossible with where everything was. And now where I'm taking it with Casap is, now that we have all of these clients, fintechs, card processors, banks, credit unions, leveraging us to figure out disputes, we have a full understanding of first-party fraud. So now what we're doing is we're building the score where, let's say you and I have a high first-party fraud score because I suck, and you are an innocent angel and you don't. Let's say you and I are both going to go buy a TV at Best Buy. Maybe you get this like one-click seamless experience because we trust you. Best Buy knows you. They know you're Nicole. And they know you're not going to turn around, get that TV and pretend you didn't. But they don't know that about me. So they're actually going to give me a little bit more friction in that process. Maybe have me sign on a paper that actually says, I, Shanthi, bought a TV and I promise I'm not going to pretend I didn't. Very reasonable things. But there's going to be certain repercussions, like friction and consequences, to trying to game the system. And if we do that, then the system can be healthier. And that's how trust is established. Think about what the FICO credit score did, where now that there's actually reason to make sure that you pay back institutions, like you would not be able to rent an apartment in New York, where we both live, if we had very, very low credit scores. And there's a whole other thing to talk about, how the credit score itself is not a really great proxy for an individual's trust. But the whole point here is, if there's a way to understand trust on an individual, we can all be so much nicer to each other. Right?
You're right.
So
right.
hopefully that made sense. But
that made a ton of sense and was so well said, which is why I was like, you keep talking.
Okay,
Shanthi.
nice.
Because
good.
no. That was so well said. And the simplicity was still there, right? How do we actually get to trust? And you just laid out the roadmap. So there you go. Everyone take your notes. Hey listeners, I want to take a moment to tell you all about the Academy of Fintech, our private membership community here at Fintech is Fem. Now, I built the Academy for founders, operators, investors, and leaders who don't want to just keep up with fintech, but want to help shape where it's going next. Leaders who want real influence and to build in community as we build our legacies. Now, membership includes a private Slack community, monthly virtual salons and masterclasses, plus exclusive fireside chats with industry leaders. Now, that's over 40 virtual lessons that you can access to build your career and influence. Plus, our members receive early access to in-person events, including the FEMI Awards and New York FinTech Week Summits, including our crowd favorite, the Fintech is Fem Leadership Summit, which is also in San Francisco. But the real value is truly the rooms, the relationships, the people. Most of my success has come from building with ecosystem partners and the kind of proximity that turns conversations into real opportunity, real deal flow, real pipeline. And I want to bring that access to you. Now, leaders from Stripe and MasterCard and so many other iconic fintech brands are already inside the Academy. So, if you're looking for a place that's thoughtful, high signal, and built for people actually doing the work, memberships are now open. You can learn more and apply at fintechisfem.co. Just scroll and click on our community tab and you'll learn all about the Academy of Fintech. All right. let's get back to the show. I want to talk more about leadership because I know you are very outspoken about leadership and just your general life. So I am curious, for a spicy question, what is some advice that us women founders get that you just completely disagree with? I'll share mine.
Okay, I want to hear it.
Wait, no, you have to go first.
No, I want to hear yours
You're
first.
the guest.
No,
Okay,
no,
fine.
let's hear it.
Fine. Honestly, mine lately has definitely been just like, you just have to be more confident.
Someone says that to you?
And well, they have in the past.
I can't imagine.
Not as much anymore, but I think even just when I go and I watch, I go to women-centric events and they're like, oh, just be more confident, like stick your chest out, bake so you make it, whatever. I mean, there's some there. But for me, the reason I disagree with it so much is because the women that I'm engaging with all the time, especially like the senior level women, founder, entrepreneur, extraordinaire, right there, they are not lacking confidence. They have plenty of confidence. That is not what they are lacking, right? So that's why I'm like, I don't know if I'm a little unsure about that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm very unsure about that one too. I also think confidence looks different, right? So, when you say the word confident, like I think maybe a lot of people think someone that's literally sticking their chest out, preening, being like, I am the best thing since sliced bread. But truly, like, I feel like my confidence comes from the ability and comfort to say, I don't know.
Yes.
Right? Like we are such secure individuals, right? That we can actually say, oh, I don't know. What do you think? Right? Or like, this is what I believe. I am open to being wrong. That's not me not being confident.
Right.
That's just me being realistic. And I think that's a lot more reliable.
Yeah.
And a lot more trustworthy. Cute. But yeah. So I guess my answer to that, maybe I'm like thinking, has anyone tried to give me advice like that recently? And I guess not. But I would say in the beginning.
Yeah. The beginning is these come out. I have a few more, but you have to go first.
Yeah. I mean, the beginning is a bunch of, luckily in the 3-year journey of Casap so far, I have enough people, funny enough, I wonder if you'll listen to this. One of the investors on my board was actually one of the first people I talked to before they became a venture investor, where they actually did not think Casap would work.
Yeah.
And they listed out 25 different reasons why it wouldn't work. And now they're on my board and they're a big investor. So I've had a few of those stories, but going back, sorry, I need to answer your question, which is, okay, someone had given me advice very early on that there is a certain way of doing things. I'll give you a very specific example. They said, first, you have to convince the fintechs and the neobanks to use your product. Then only after years of being in business can you possibly enable traditional financial institutions and forget about the big banks. And I thought, let me hear it from the horse's mouth. Like if it's a no, let me go get a no. I'm not scared of rejection. Let's go. So this is the first year we were in market. I went to a top 25 bank. I went to regional institutions. And of course, I went to fintechs and some really large names. And I signed all of them. So yeah.
That's so cool.
My advice would be, don't take the advice and figure it out for yourself sometimes.
That's it.
Yeah.
That is it. Like Shanthi, I can't, first of all, my jaw dropped when you said in the 3 years of Casap.
I know.
Okay.
It feels like 30, I swear.
That is incredible advice. And I'm loving it because, like I said, I listen to a lot of podcasts, I watch a lot of shows, I consume a lot of content. And sometimes I think the content out there for women in business is just a little bland, and could be more honest like that, right? Or I mean, I recently saw a good one from Emma Greed, who was saying how money needs to really be at the center of a lot of what we're doing because profits are so important for us to be able to do the impact that we're all and build the trust and all the things that we're searching for. I think this falls very similarly into that category, which is, often when you're starting as a founder, you want to just be a sponge and absorb all the advice everyone gives you. I do think if I would have maybe not listened to more people at the beginning, and luckily I'm stubborn enough to also not have listened to a lot of it, and why I'm here today.
Yeah.
But I think that's great. Like just taking the initiative to think of trying it yourself.
Yeah.
Because honestly, if there's anything I've learned in my founder journey is that there's no one that's going to make it happen outside of you. You have to go and make it happen.
Absolutely. Amen.
Yeah. Amen. What advice do you give now?
I haven't given too much advice recently. I should think about this. I would love to pay it forward.
Yeah. How about this? I'll switch it up on you.
Yeah.
What would you tell your daughter when she grows up?
Oh my God, I would tell her so much. Oh, you just said my daughter and now I'm melting. I was like, I miss her. She literally just started singing Old MacDonald's How to Farm E-I-E-I-O.
Oh.
It's like a duet. It's adorable.
Together?
It's together.
Okay,
yeah,
we'll get
I
that
go
one
E-I-E-I-O and she goes, oh.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, what do you think you would tell her? Maybe if she wanted to be,
Yeah.
if she grows up to be like, wanting to be like mom.
Yeah. I would say my co-founder and I actually use this phrase a lot. And I'd probably tell her something along the lines of back yourself. Meaning it's very similar to what we just said, which is like, for example, when I was considering starting Casap, I had just, I was still at Robinhood. I enjoyed the company and the team and what we had done. 6 years, I'd earned some influence, some respect. It was a great position to be in. And I knew I wanted to start a family. I'd been married around 7 years and it just felt right for me and my husband at that time. And when I asked quite a few, again, going like, I love asking people for advice. That's actually something I do enjoy doing.
Of course. Just like data collection.
Exactly. And from their own context,
of
right?
Course.
But when I asked 3 senior sort of female mentors that I had, all of them suggested I did not start Casap. They all said, it's hard to have a baby. You were doing a lot of really amazing things here. There's a lot of unpredictable things that can happen. And this was also, remember, the market in end of 2022, early 2023 was not the hottest.
It wasn't, no.
It was like fintech winter. Yeah,
we're
exactly.
coming off the heat.
Exactly. So what I would tell my daughter is like, in these situations where there's many reasons not to do something, but a few sort of really exciting reasons to run towards something, it's okay to chase that.
Yeah, follow that.
As long as you know what's important to you. If I ever had to choose between my daughter's well-being and my company, in all honesty, I would choose her. But I've been lucky enough to have a great support system and blessed enough that I have not had to make that choice.
Right.
And there's a lot of situations in my life where the safer choice, the approved choice is not what I ended up doing because I just trusted in my ability to navigate those situations if they were to come up. And that's the same thing I would share with her.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I love that. I do think you don't even have to think like that if you build the environment and the foundation beneath you to make sure that you don't even have to make those kind of weird binary choices, right? Of okay, I'm either going to start a company or become a mom.
Yeah.
And it's like, and we've now learned we're the same age. I'm right there. I'm like, ooh, I've all of a sudden my my interest in children is growing. Yeah, it was almost like a switch. I'm not gonna lie. That's a different podcast.
We can talk about that at some point.
No,
Baby fever 101.
I know, right? I will have to ask you all of the things actually.
Happy to.
But yeah, so I that's what I would say with that is when you create the environment around you, you don't have to make those kind of sacrifices.
Yeah.
And you talk about work-life balance often, which we know is more like just life.
Yeah, life.
Right, life.
Yeah, life.
My last question for you, you're a founder, you're a mom, you're a partner to another founder. I guess what has it been like? What's changed over the last year? What are you the most excited about
with both of us being founders and
with your whole life? That's like this whole life of yours you've built. The support system, this growing company. What are you most excited for next?
I am like the happiest I've ever been in my life. And I think I'm most excited to make this future I have in my head, this future where fraud is a fraction of what it is, a future where the trust between a customer and their bank and a merchant is a given. And, you tell folks then, oh yeah, we used to deal with first party fraud. It was this problem. Like, what? That even happened? That wouldn't even happen now. Systems are so much better. And a future where we are designing how humans and AI agents work together in harmony to the point where what we do with the leftover time is we could literally have the next renaissance. We could self-actualize as a humanity. We could explore creative pursuits within even the realm of our work and really go above and beyond what's even possible today. Like that future gets me so excited. And I'm just so pumped that along the way, I'll get to enjoy giggles of my child along the way. I'll get to enjoy quality time with my partner.
Work through the challenges, the hard parts, everything.
Gonna do life. We're gonna work anyways. We might as well do something and create a future that we're really excited about, which is what really inspires me about what you're doing too. So.
Shanthi, I'm so inspired by you as well. That is a wrap on that. 100% so well said. Are you ready for a few rapid fire questions?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Coffee or chai?
Chai. Oh, hands down. I've actually never had coffee.
Whoa.
Side note, I know.
Honestly,
Crazy. Imagine if I have so much energy already. If I had coffee, I'd be bouncing off the walls.
But chai keeps you.
It keeps me good. Keeps me good. Lots of cardamom and ginger.
Love it. All right, we've kind of touched on this, but best career advice you've ever received?
Back yourself. That's it.
Yeah, we're with that. Favorite Indian restaurant in New York City?
Ooh, Butties. It's like Murray Hill. Amazing butter chicken.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I used to live near Murray Hill, and I used to be able to go to more Indian restaurants then, but I've heard of that area.
Yeah.
I would check that out. All right, a fintech trend you're watching closely?
Stablecoin payments. I think that's going to happen sooner than agentic commerce, and we are actually trying to solve a lot of the fraud problems that are going to be introduced with that. So stay tuned. Stuff we can talk about.
Yeah, keep that in mind. I'll actually keep that. One habit or mindset that makes you a better CEO?
That my whole identity is not being a CEO, and that enables me to make better decisions, and not from a place of desperation.
Yes.
And from a place of this feels right.
Yes. Okay. What's a hill you're willing to die on when it comes to building a business?
Customers first.
Yep. So you grew up training in dance.
Yeah.
Right? And you even taught dance before you started Casap.
Yeah.
How has dance shaped how you show up as a leader?
That is such a fun question.
Which, by the way, you know, I'm a trained dancer as well.
I did not know that.
We're the same person.
What?
So we have to obviously
I think we have an interpretive fintech panel dance situation coming up to a very nice bass beat. Like, I'm all about hip hop too. But yes, okay.
But I was on my college's hip hop team.
Stop.
We could do this all day.
Oh my God. Oh wait, no. I think we need to actually come up with the next fintech trend.
I know.
Okay. All right.
I know. We're finishing. I swear.
Okay. Answered. Sorry. What was the question? Oh, how has dance influenced me?
How has dance influenced you as a leader?
Go with the flow.
Oh, God, so good. All right. New York Fintech Week.
Yes.
It's coming up. You're hitting the big stage.
Yes.
It's the biggest event we'll have to date. What are you most excited about?
Oh, I am so excited to, like, at this point, I feel like I've lived in the guts of a lot of the things that people are wondering about and thinking about. And I'm excited to have a platform where I can share and actually kind of navigate and create those dialogues, you know? Like,
you've done it today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone needs
that's true.
Now. We're starting.
True. We're doing it.
I know. It's like this is going to be a promotion for New York Fintech Week.
Oh my God. What?
Whoa. Amazing. Shanthi, this has been so much fun. I'm so happy to have you on the show. I'm so excited for your keynote, for you to command the stage at New York Fintech Week. It's going to be huge. Speaking of trust, I don't trust a lot of people to do that, but you, I trust entirely. And I'm so excited to work together on that. You're going to crush it.
Me too.
Thank you for everything that you're doing. Thank you for being such an inspiration. And thank you for being on Humans of Fintech.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Ooh, and if you love this episode, be sure to subscribe to Humans of Fintech anywhere you get your podcasts. But I think you should check out our YouTube channel.
Yay.
Thank you. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Humans of Fintech. If you loved this and want to hear more from leaders across the fintech industry, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That is Fintech is Femme. And be sure to sign up for the Fintech is Femme newsletter, which you can do at fintechisfemme.co. See you next time.